Hey guys, Kristen with Expert Credit Suite here. So today we are talking about how to remove a collection that was previously deleted and then shows up again with a new collection agency, okay? So let me just move myself off the screen just a tad. All right, so removing the original collection, you have to make sure that you are taking the steps, the correct steps, every single time to actually dispute these items to get them permanently removed. You don't want them, the whole point behind this video, to be removed and show up with a new company, okay? Sometimes you can't help it, but sometimes you can, and it all starts with disputing it correctly. So if you take a look at Diversified on here, we are using this as an example. It is showing on TransUnion and Experian for this client, and as far as disputing it correctly, you want to make sure that letter 1 VOD goes to the collection agency first. If you are disputing online, or you are disputing with the bureaus first, or you made a phone call, or you sent a freaking pigeon, you have to realize that that is not the way to go about this, and that this whole, deleting, oh, I got a whole deletion, yay, with this account, and oh crap, it showed up with a new collection agency. That's what's going to happen if it's not disputed correctly. So now, if that does happen, I'm going to show you how to fix it. But when you dispute using the VOD method, validation of debt validation, whatever you want to call it, you want to send out your letter to the collection agency first. And then anywhere between 5 days to 4 weeks later, I really, really recommend 4 weeks. And I'll tell you why. Then you dispute with the bureaus, okay? And the bureau letter should not be a template, the first one. Okay, so you want to go after the violations, and this image on here is letter 1 from the VOD series, and the series actually has 4 dispute letters. Okay, so here's how it works. You send out your VOD letter 1 to the collection agency reporting that account. Super simple, right? And that's this letter here. If they don't respond, or they respond with proof, not the actual documentation with your signature, of course, send out letter 2 in the series stating that they didn't prove it. So, they got to lose it. Okay, so if they fail to send the proof, it's a violation. If they send the proof, but they fail to enter the required notice of dispute, and you can find that right here, in it'll have comments, and it'll say account disputed by consumer on the bottom under date of last payment. If that's not on there, it's a violation. Okay, so if they put the required notice of dispute but don't send proof, it's a violation. And then you go on to letter 3. Now, however, if they remove the account, now you're wondering, okay, well, is it going to come back? It shouldn't come back, but sometimes it can. So if they remove the account, but it reappears with a new company, now you have to start over from square one with the VOD letter 1, but you're also going to dispute very specifically with the bureaus, and I'm going to show you that letter 2. So let's talk about the responsibility of the credit bureaus, because everyone thinks that, they do all these proper investigations, and that's a load of horse poo-poo, okay? People are saying stuff about my swearing, so poo-poo. Okay, so how did the bureaus originally verify the account? All right, so this is what you really need to look at and go after, because if you look at this little snippet here, this is from Cushman versus TransUnion from 1997. It's a lawsuit where Congress stated that the bureaus have a grave responsibility to ensure that the account is reporting accurately, and that a reinvestigation doesn't just merely parrot what the creditor said. And yes, I'm paraphrasing, because who wants to read that whole crap out loud? Okay, so how was the account actually verified? Did they call? Did they send a pigeon? Did they use eOscar? Did they fax? How was it actually done? Another thing you want to look at is that sometimes there's actually no investigation done, and all they're doing is looking at the geographical or address code that is attached to the account. So you would find this by looking at an actual credit report that you order from the bureaus, and under the address section, it'll say like, A25C or whatever the hell it says. That's an address code. If you go and look at your negative accounts, there's these codes sitting next to it. If you match the 2 of them up, you'll see that this address belongs to this negative account. And that's one of the important things of removing personal information as well. That's a different video. So responsibility. I don't care what they tell you. The law is actually very, very clear when they state that the bureaus have to ensure accuracy. Okay, so we're going to look at two different parts of this as well. Just make sure you're not sending any templates to the bureaus, and that you are sending templates to the collection agencies, because you don't want to say the wrong thing, and you don't want to have to guess at what you need to say. The only time really that you need to be like a real person is with the bureaus, but there's even a section of that that's actually not true. If the creditor thinks that it's coming from a credit repair company, then they can totally ignore it. So that's another video. Okay, so disputing the method of verification on the original account. So this letter on the right-hand side of your screen is the letter that can be sent to the bureaus after the collection agency fails to validate the account. So you're going to go after them for the method of verification. Like, how the hell did you actually verify this account when this collection agency didn't even respond to me? Like, are they even valid? Are they real? Like, is this account valid? Like, where's your proof, right? So number one, you're going to use the collection agency dispute via VOD1. Two, you are going to go after the collection agency dispute via VOD2 and the credit bureau dispute via this method of verification letter. And then three, this letter can also be used for the topic of this video when a collection is deleted and then reappears with a new collection agency, okay? So, but the hint behind this is that, but you know, just using simple logic, we are going to assume, and that we can assume, that there's actually never been an actual investigation. So proof, okay? These two snippets, once again, are taken from that same lawsuit, Cushman versus TransUnion. So we're going to read that part first. So the whole point behind this is that if you think the bureaus or the creditors or the collection agencies are there to actually assist you, you are dead wrong, okay? So it says that, I'm just going to paraphrase, that a credit reporting agency may be required in certain circumstances to verify the accuracy of its initial source of information. Okay, and then it goes on to say that in this case, TransUnion believes that when a consumer informs a CRA that the information contained in their credit report is inaccurate, the consumer reporting agency is only obligated to contact the creditor, and when the creditor says yes, that's it. They are not required to go any further than that. And Congress actually disagrees with this. So it literally says, number one, verify the accuracy of its initial source of information. Number two, TransUnion believes that the consumer reporting agency is only obligated to confirm the accuracy with the original source. And number three, never required to go beyond the original source. So once again, if you think they are there to help you, you are dead wrong. Here are your additional options besides this. So a few of the things to consider is that you can utilize the entire VOD process for whichever collection that you have. Just make sure that you're using it on accounts that you really should be using it on. You don't want to put yourself in, legal jeopardy. You don't want to get sued, okay? And you want to make sure that these things actually come off your credit report. So the second thing is send proof. Send proof that there's, no required notice of dispute on there. Send proof that, it was deleted and then reappeared. And you also can make complaints with like the CFPB, the BBB, the AG, the FTC, okay? It may not actually do anything, but it shows that you are actually serious about this and that you want to, fix your credit because you think that you are in the right. Whether you are or whether you aren't, that's a totally different thing, all right? So now if you need additional help, here are a couple of things that you can do, and I will be posting a link to this so you can actually access these. So number one, you can schedule a call with me. Very, very simple. If you are looking for someone to take over your file, that actually gives all proof of services, meaning that you can actually see the dispute letters that are going out on your behalf, and you don't want to deal with all of this stuff because this may just be too much. We're going into holiday season, it's really super busy. Whatever your reason, that's fine. Schedule an appointment with me. Another thing is that maybe you want to do this, as a profession. That's totally cool too. There's a link to go see how to be a dispute pro with my course. And then number three, there's the holiday special, and you can access that on the website, expertcreditsweeps.com. There is a link that says special. But today, that is all from Expert Credit Sweeps, and we did get like 1 million inches of snow last night, and it's actually still snowing out. So have a great day from Expert Credit Sweeps. And if you do have snow, make sure that you stay safe. Have a great one. Bye.